Tyrande versus Rexa.
Heya folks, it's Kikoskia here, and it's time for a match of Hearthstone, or 2, or 3. This time, with my Priest deck. This deck in one form or another has been around since the beginning of Hearthstone, and this deck is all about tech cards. Specifically, cards that counter the cards my opponent plays, and cards that copy the cards that my opponent has, like Mind Vision here. Crystalline Oracle gives me a copy of one of my opponent's cards when it dies, and the Curious Glimmerroot gives me a chance of seeing one of the cards that my opponent has and getting it for myself, if I can guess correctly. There are many other things in this deck that work like that. Minions that kill certain minions if they're under a certain attack, or over a certain attack. The cards that give me just a copy of a minion from the opponent's deck. There are also cards that will take a minion from them if they have too many minions on the board, and everything like that. This deck is all about countering what my opponent plays in the most efficient way possible. The downside of that is that it's not countering it in the way that I'm just playing efficient minions. I have things like Archbishop Benedictus, for instance, which is a pretty decent minion if you want your opponent's cards. And in that instance, you're presuming that your opponent is playing pretty good cards. We'll find out what my opponent is playing on this first turn. And I can find out what they have in their hand by using Mind Vision. Now, do you have... Okay, you're coining out a 2-drop. Bloodfen Raptor. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what you have, unless I can pull a 2-drop. Now that's a pretty good minion to play against my hand and the minion on the board, because that's a 3-3, the Curious Glimmerroot, and that 3-2 will trade into both the 1-1 and the 3-3, which is great. Now, I can either get something really good here, or I can hope that my opponent has something really good. That's not bad, actually, but I'll see what the opponent has. Multi-shot. Now that might be useful. And I know that the opponent has a multi-shot in hand, so I can play around it myself. Now, are you going to play a minion? Probably. Scavenging Hyena. Now that's pretty bad, but you're going to go face, which is fine. Now I have a minion that can destroy that. That's not really going to help me at the moment. Could play the Curious Glimmerroot, but if I do that, chances are... Actually, no, it's a good idea. Let's play the Curious Glimmerroot and see what choices I get. Now, chances are this opponent has an Arcane Shot. I'm going to go with that. Correct. So now I have the Arcane Shot. The other two cards are not in the opponent's deck. Chances are we're going to get the 3-2 trading into the 3-3, and a minion be played. No, just a kill command and a trade. That's fine, because I can destroy that 4-3 with the Arcane Shot I just got. This is quite an aggressive deck, but we can deal with this. Ooh, a bow. That's pretty good. So I'm going to heal. And hopefully I can stem the bleeding, as it were. Against the Hunter, that can be quite tricky, but the Eagle Horn Bow will certainly help, and so will Multi-Shot if the opponent plays lots of minions. The longer this match goes on, the higher the chance that I will win. Is that a nasty minion? That's a River Crocolisk. I can deal with a River Crocolisk using the Eagle Horn Bow. And you didn't hero power. Well, that's to my benefit. Goodbye! And I will heal. Not sure why you didn't hero power there, but your loss was my gain. Now next turn I can Mossy Horror, which is like the Stampeding Kodo, but it hits all minions that are 2 or less attack. And this is when the opponent does not play any 2 or less attack minions. I do have that bow though, can use that to trade quite effectively. And if the opponent plays any Divine Shield minions, which may not happen considering it's a Hunter, I have the Blood Knight. I also have a Big Game Hunter, just in case this opponent plays something that's really big. Cult Master. Definitely want to kill that. Deal with that. And see what you have. Scavenging Hyena. not the best minion out there. Mossy Horror is not a beast, just thought I'd check. It's a 2-2, and I'll take a 2-2. I bet my opponent is waiting for an opportunity to use multi-shot here, but I haven't presented one yet. I might Benedictus next turn. Young Dragonhawk? What else are we going to see here? Are we going to see Dire Frenzy? Houndmaster! Ooh, that is unfortunate for you, I'm sorry. Because I have the perfect counter from you! Excellent. Now I want to be very careful not to play into that multi-shot that I know is in his hand. That means I'm not playing anything right now, but I can play things next turn quite safely, like the Mossy Horror. That is a Huffer. If that's not going face, I'll be very surprised. Yep, it's going face. Don't mind about that, though. Still at 14 health, which is pretty good. Are you going to play something else? No, you're not. Well, your minions are mine. In fact, all your cards are mine. I'll have those. My deck now has 38 cards. This means that I will get a mixture of my cards and his. And his cards might be quite useful. I have quite a lot of things to counter various things that he does, including a Shadow Madness. That might be useful. I am a bit worried that the opponent is just going to hit my face a lot now and I'm going to die. Direwolf Alpha. Kill Command. Hero Power. That's fine, I can recover from that. Definitely recover from that. Hopefully. Tracking. Let's see what I can get. The answer is... Scavenging Hyena. That's probably better. I'll have that. I'll trade. I'm going to play... Let's see. This minion.
Glory to the Sindora.
And this minion. And trade. Worst case scenario, I lose both of the 3/3 minions to multi-shot. Best case scenario, I only lose one of them. Now, you've been holding on to that multi-shot for a while. That hurts. But I'm not dead yet. I'm at 1 health, but I'm not at 0. I'll be very surprised if you have anything to play that will kill me on 0 mana. Aha, you don't. Good. We'll just get rid of that.
For Lorthamar.
Then we will go and hit you a few times. Then I'm going to play this. And heal myself. The Ironfur Grizzly came to the rescue. No charge minion is going to hit me. A kill command would still kill me. An arcane shot would still kill me. And I know you have arcane shot in your deck somewhere. Multi-shot. Didn't hit the one that you wanted it to. Because the taunt is still there. Ironfur Grizzly. Okay. Ooh, the Darkness. That'll be a silly card to play. It's not going to do anything until he draws all 3 of those candles. Heal myself. Trade the 4/1 in, because that taunt is probably the only thing that's saving me. And putting the mind control tech here means that they cannot be hit by explosive shot or any thing that will target that middle minion. You still don't have anything, do you? Oasis Snapjaw. That is unfortunate for you, because I can kill that Oasis Snapjaw using the Mossy Horror. Still, I'm clinging on with 3 health. Goodbye! Ow! Now, I don't want to play any more minions here. Do I? No, I don't. I do not. There's 1 candle. There was a chance that it would just go candle, 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 but that would have been very unlikely. Now what do you have? A Crocolisk. Right. And I have a Blood Knight. Time to heal. I have to trade this way, do this, and then nothing else. Because if you have Unleash the Hounds, playing something else will kill me. Then again, if you have Unleash the Hounds, I'll still die anyway, because that one hound will get through the 3-1, another one will hit my face, and then I'll die. So playing another minion, not a bad idea. Maybe I should have played another one. Stampede and Kodo. That's fine. This does mean that I have to lose my taunt, though. Ah, that's not going to be very useful at all. But I do have to trade into this.
For
There we go. So now we're going to
What are you
Chief Inspector and a Swamp Ooze. This is still very close. He's one draw away from killing me. In fact, he's many draws away from killing me. Is this the draw? No, it's not. Okay. Hunter's Mark will be useful another time.
Arrest them!
Destroy this minion. Go face. Play Harrison Jones. Heal. If my opponent does not have a way to block my minions or deal 1 point of damage directly, I have won. If they do, they've won. It all comes down to that card. Oh, well played.
Well played.
Killed by the boar. Killed by the boar. Well, I got some luck, they got some luck. That's the way Hearthstone goes. Shall we play another match? I think so. Perhaps being more aggressive would have secured me the victory, but there were things I had to weigh up, like Unleash the Hounds, or any other card that would take advantage of my board presence. Let's go again. A warrior. Right, let's see what happens here. We have not a particularly great opening hand. I'm going to keep the Crystalline Oracle and a Thought Steal. Okay, my strategy is going to be countering anything that the opponent plays. And hopefully the opponent is going to play some cards that I can turn against them. Or maybe they'll play nothing. They aren't an odd warrior, which means we're not going to be seeing the amazingly powerful hero power. We're not going to see anything. So, Crystalline Oracle, turn 1. A strong start for me. I think it's my only 1-drop minion. Forge of Souls, draw 2 weapons from your deck. Ooh. Could this be a Recruit Warrior deck? Let's find out. Coin Thought Steal. Oh my! Mountain Giant and Reckless Flurry. Well, Reckless Flurry isn't going to be useful to me at all. But Mountain Giant will be. Especially if I don't have a play in the next few turns, which it looks like I might not. Do I want to play Reckless Flurry? No, actually, I don't. Because that card is helping me get to Mountain Giant that much faster. Chances are you have a Blood Razor. And you're waiting for a good time to play it. Well, I'm going to see if I can get a good minion. Not the best minion. Not the best minion at all. Could have got something a lot better. Looks like it's a control warrior of some variety. Now we're probably going to see the Blood Razor if the opponent... No! We're not. We're going to see a shield block, though. Now, shield block, I'll reduce that to 6, that goes to 8. Actually, playing this is quite good. Because it wastes one of his shield slams on a minion that I didn't have in my deck. But I know you have it, and when you play it, I'm going to big game hunter it. Hopefully. Let's hope you don't have a charging boar to win your match. Brawl, that's fine. Either way, I get a card out of it. Or an 8-8. That works. Okay, I have 9 cards. If I play this, it'll give me 10 cards. And I'm just going to play this. And then hit you for 8. Not bad. I have Warpath, just in case I want to clear anything. And I also have a Primordial Drake as well.
This time for sure.
Ooh! Nice! Nice tech there. I approve of that tech choice. I probably should have that in this deck. Didn't quite do what you wanted it to, but that's okay. We can heal up the Devil Saw. Ooh, definitely want to play that. Let's see what I can determine from your deck. You definitely have that, because I've got it. Do I want to play it right now? I want to play this.
Glory to the
It's not likely that you're going to be playing a Divine Shield minion anytime soon. And I don't want to burn one of my cards. Armor up. Are we going to see Reckless Flurry? Yes, and that's fine. Because those aren't really high power minions. Neither's that, really. I'm going to play the Primordial Drake. It's a nice card to play on turn 8, and then on turn 9 I'll play the Sleepy Dragon. Pretty nice. I know the opponent is... Oh, hello, Isera. How are you? That's going to be a bit tricky to deal with. Very tricky, in fact. I don't have anything that can do much against that. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to start playing minions and hit you in the face. And heal myself. Because why not? I don't need the healing. Goodbye, Mountain Giant. That's the one downside of Isera. If you're not careful, you could burn something you really want, and trust me, he really wanted that Mountain Giant. Direhorn Hatchling. Now that is going to work to my benefit, because I can get that Direhorn Hatchling killed. Okay, let's see what I can do here. First thing I want to do is I want to hit this with that, and then steal it. And then do this. Get that for me. Do that. And then Warpath. Goodbye, Isera. I also would like to see what you've got. The answer is you have got... I'm gonna say you have Geosculptor Yip. No Warpath. It was a decent enough guess, considering the fact that you're going for a control sort of deck, but Warpath is also a control-based card. Now, you can trade into the 3-3, but there's also the 4-2. Shield block, not bad, draws you a card. I wonder if you're going to have Dead Man's Hand. You might do. You might do. I have a few good options here, just in case the opponent plays particular things. I still don't think we're going to be seeing any Divine Shield minions. We might do, though. There may be the 9/7 Divine Shield mech. That's expected. That's definitely expected. Now, what are you going to play? Still trade the 4-2 into the 5-1 if I like. Whirlwind to kill your own minion. And Whirlwind to kill that minion. Curious choice. I imagine you don't want anything on the board. That's fine. I'll play the Sleepy Dragon. It's a nice, strong card. It's not quite Isera, but it's still good. And it wasn't mine. It was yours. So I know you've got this, and I have a Black Knight in here to deal with any taunt minions you decide to play. And I also have Mass Silence, just in case you play anything that has some nice buffs on it, or abilities that I don't want to have happen. You're just going to armor up, aren't you? Yes, you are. But if you're going to armor up, I'm going to Lord Walker Cho! It's a nice card. Downside, of course, is that he could fill my hand with lots of cards I can't use. But maybe you won't. I don't have to play any spells for quite a while. And if you play the Lich King... Okay, there's the Sleepy Dragon. That's fine. An Acidic Swampoos. Worth holding on to, considering the fact that I know that you have weapons in your hand. I'm just going to heal. You're unlikely to play enough minions that the mind control tech is going to be important. Is there going to be a brawl? Because if there is, I'll be able to get a brawl for myself. But who knows? Lord Walker Cho may survive. Trade. Primordial Drake. Not quite what you wanted to have happen there, I suppose, because I still have minions to trade. Ooh, the darkness. Now that right there is a card to counter somebody who would, oops. I actually want to heal the Lord Cho, actually. Probably should have traded, after I healed the Sleepy Dragon. There's one candle. Not bad. We're just waiting now. Waiting. That 2020 is going to be a problem. Maybe should have healed that Sleepy Dragon first. Then the Primordial Drake would have had to have traded into my Sleepy Dragon, unless he played a weapon.
What now?
Probably a Gorehowl. The Darkness is a annoying card for a control deck to face because it's entirely immune to anything at the moment. Can't be brawled, can't be executed, can't be removed even by a twisting nether. Goodbye, Lord Joe. What are we going to see now? King Mosh doesn't do anything except kill your own minion. And now it's dead. And now it is dead. I don't need to do anything right now. There's the second candle. Not the third yet. The only downside with the darkness is that the darkness will become active and targetable on the opponent's turn. There's the Drywisker Armorer. You're going to wait. You know what would be good right now? If I stole all your cards. Aha! I'll have them.
Gotcha.
And then I'll just start hitting you. I have 20 cards and you have 8. So you're going to fatigue before I am. And having the darkness there means that the Death Knight for the Warrior, that weapon is not going to be hitting both my minions. You're probably going to trade the 2-2 into the 4-2. Yep. Then what are we going to see? I know you have a Sleepy Dragon, but I can deal with a Sleepy Dragon. I wonder what you have in here. I know you have a candle, and that's not really a useful card for me at all. You're thinking, I'd really like to see the Black Knight right now, just in case you play the Lich King. Dream! Why would you do that? That seems like a really curious choice. I mean, sure, if you want to give me more cards, that seems wonderful. My deck now has 27 cards in it. And I'm going to wait. So that was the card, one of the cards anyway, that you got from Ysera. I mean, if you dream it away again, I can have even more cards. I mean, now I have 2 candles that are entirely useless, but the rest of the cards might be useful. This is when the rest of the cards are not useful. Curious that you dream that back. Archbishop Benedictus is certainly getting some interesting usage. Twice in one match, and I don't even have anything to bounce it back myself. You willingly did that. I hope you have a master strategy here.
What now?
Maybe you have a Lich King in your deck, and now I have 2 of them. I have a master spell, just in case you play anything that has an annoying... Oh, I also have the 6/9 taunt. Ah, there's the Primordial Drake. I'm going to destroy that with my 6 mana card here. Ooh, Chameleos. Nice. We'll just deal with that. And I'll heal this. No 4/8 taunt for you. Let's see what you do now. You have 6 cards left, and I have 26 cards left.
One for all.
Ah, Marin. You're going to brawl that away, aren't you? Oh, yes, you are. Candle Shot. Ooh. Interesting. Ooh, one of your weapons must be the Molten weapon. Yes, it must be. It must be. You're going to attack that, I imagine. there's not much benefit to me hitting this minion here, because I'll lose both my minions. So instead, I'm going to hit your face and play this weapon. And wait. I know you had that weapon. I think it changes at the start of your turn. There's going to be a brawl here. If Marin the Fox decides to go face... No! Not going face. Curious. Maybe the plan was the Whirlwind King Mosh would deal with the treasure chest. Maybe. But either way, you don't have many cards left, unless you're going to Dead Man's Hand forever.
I wonder.
Maybe taking Candle Shot was a mistake, but it does let me clean up minions quite effectively. You're looking at that card quite a bit. What is that card going to do? We've no idea. We'll never know. Or will we? Ooh! Now it's a 9-10. Alright. It's a 9-10 now. That's a plan, I suppose. I'm just gonna hit you. That's quite a... Yep, that's gone now. But now you're at 17 health. And you only have 4 more cards, one of which is the final candle. And that's going to be interesting when the final candle is snuffed out. Driver's Core Armourer for 4 more armor. Definitely going to trade into Marin here. Definitely going to trade into Marin. Could use the Mossy Horror to deal with the 2-2. That seems like a decent plan. Or I could steal it.
Let me change your mind.
That seems like a really good idea. I want to get that next brawl. There's the candle. Here comes the darkness. It has arisen. I'm expecting a brawl here. But if he brawls, he doesn't get the treasure. Oh, he does get the treasure, because he used a card. And the 2-2 is the only surviving minion. That's okay, though. I thought, yeah, that's fine. What one is it? Is it the legendary minions and get 2 copies of it? I still have a mind control somewhere in this. In all 23 cards, I have a mind control. But the darkness was really good at getting rid of that brawl. He has no more brawls now. It's very difficult for him to get rid of any minions now that I play. So I could just swamp his board with minions. Warpath, and Warpath again? No. Now he has no cards. And goodbye, Direhorn Hatchling. That is gone. Right. I think playing this, and this, and this, and healing that seems fine. Because now you're going to start taking fatigue damage. I mean, yes, you can use Garrosh, the Death Knight card, to gain some armor. Warpath. That's fine. But that is your last Warpath here. That's 6 mana to deal with some really weak power minions. I'm curious about your strategy here, especially considering the fact that I can play some high power minions from your deck. I'm not sure dreaming Archbishop Benedictus back to my hand was a sensible idea. There is the Sleepy Dragon. There is the Scorpomatic, not likely to do very much here. I'm going to heal, and this time do it correctly. And wait. 4 damage now. Ooh, nice, the Rune Spear. It's a shame that's about to turn into an acidic pile of goo. Now, you're going to discover a shaman spell. No, it's a warrior spell. Ah, it just says discover a spell, not a shaman spell. You normally see it in shaman decks, so you always presume that it's going to be shaman stuff. It's now gone. And that's now gone. I have suddenly become the control deck now. So that was your first weapon. Ooh, very nice. And the Ungoro pack is here, which means that you have more cards, and then you're going to play... No, you can't play the Rune Spear right now, because you've already played too much mana. Emerald Reaver. That's fine. I could use Shadow Madness here to great effect. Well, that's going to be particularly useless, but that's not going to be. You know what? I'd like a treasure, please. What do I get? Ooh, the Golden Kobold. That's pretty good. That's very good. All of my cards in my hand will be replaced with legendary minions. That's pretty good, and it is a 6/6 with Taunt. There's the Rune Spear again. You're probably just going to, hit face and hope that you get something that will give you armor. Upgrade. Ooh, very nice. Unfortunately, I don't think that will save you. Well played. 1 loss, 1 win. I think that's pretty good for this deck. And that, I think, is a good example of what this deck can do. I did make some mistakes there, but overall, those matches went pretty well. Losing to the boar was something that can just happen, and that match was a little closer than I thought it would be, but ultimately, the dreaming back of Archbishop Benedictus was a critical mistake. And so, that is my priest deck that takes lots of things that your opponent plays and turns them against them. And when we come back, folks, we'll play a different deck. Will it be as successful as that priest deck was? Who can say? All I can say is that match was a curious one indeed. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. And just remember, tech cards are good, but a whole deck of them is not as good. Typically it doesn't win, but when it does, it's a very silly thing. Later.